Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new, my name is Ariel and I am a newly licensed RN. I am also a mom of a 10-year-old daughter, so I make videos here for nursing students, pre-nursing students, nurses, whoever wants to watch them, you know. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like this type of video, make sure you go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below. That way you can join our wonderful family here. Also, if you like these kinds of videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that post notification bell. That way you never miss an upload from me, because YouTube plays too many games out here. Okay. And if you are an oldie but a goodie and you've been riding with me from the jump and you are back, thank you so much for coming back and supporting me and riding with me. I love you guys so much. But without further ado, so today's video is going to be kind of like an update video. I know you guys saw my get ready with me for the interview video, so I just wanted to let you know what's going on in my life. I haven't posted in a long time and it's because I've been busy, so I really apologize. I know I say that a lot and it really sucks, but I mean, life just really gets to you. I'm not a person who just doesn't do anything. I'm a mom and I have stuff going on, and Ariana just started school and I've been moving and just all this stuff, but I'm here to let you know what is going on. So without further ado, no more longer intros, let's get into the video. If you are new to my channel and you don't know, I will reiterate a little bit. I am a newly licensed registered nurse. I took my NCLEX in May. I was a PCT on the critical care floor, PCU and ICU. So I worked there for about a year and a half. I recently just moved out of my mom's house. I lived with my mom for about 2 years. I moved in with her because obviously I started nursing school and I could not work full time and afford to pay my bills and all that type of stuff. So I moved in with her for 2 years, and the plan was for me to move out obviously once I was done. So here I am. I'm in a new apartment with my boyfriend and my daughter, and it is going pretty well. I've never lived with anybody before, so this is my first time, so it's definitely taking some getting used to, but he is great with Ariana. Ariana loves him, I love him, so you know, we make things work. I love our apartment. It is gorgeous, it is beautiful, and I'm so thankful and grateful and blessed to be here. And every time I wake up in the morning, I just give thanks and I just put positivity out into the world. And every morning I'm just thankful that I get to live here with my family and that we are able to pay our bills and live in a nice place comfortably, and that we just all get to live together and have a good time. So yeah, once it is completely decorated how I want it to be, then I will go ahead and give you guys another updated apartment tour if you guys want to see that. But for the most part, everything has been going good there. So as far as nursing, I know you guys saw my get ready with me, the interview one. So I did have an interview. Let me back it up. So I know I've talked a lot before about me wanting to be an ER nurse. That's just where I wanted to be. I really love the ER. I did my last semester of clinicals. I think it was like 9 weeks. I did it in the ER in one of the hospitals. It was in South Bay, and I really loved it. I loved the ER. I loved the fast-pacedness of it, I guess you can say. I loved how you get to see so many different things and stuff like that. But I was able to shadow a couple of EDs, and when I started really getting into it, it was just something that I was just like, I don't think that this is for me. I just don't think that I'm personally an ER nurse. My personality, like my whole vibe, I just don't feel like I'm an ER nurse. I like the thrill of it, I guess you can say, like the adrenaline and stuff, but to be long term, I just don't think that's me. I think I'm pretty lazy too. That's what it is. No. ER is just a lot. You're just go from the minute that you get there. Sometimes you can't even sit down. And I mean, and that's on every floor, don't get me wrong, but ER is just a whole totally different vibe. And it's just, I just don't think it's my vibe. So I took my NCLEX in May and I passed with 265 questions. So I have been licensed since May and I have not been working. I graduated nursing school in December, and I have to say, you know, some of my friends have gone and they've started working already, you know, a couple months after graduating, all this stuff. And sometimes I felt like, dang, what is going on with me that I can't find a job? But I feel like, you know, God everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? And God just places us in positions, and he knows where we're supposed to be, and he knows what's best for us. And so I didn't really stress it that much. I have been working as a tech since I graduated. So I was just thankful that I still had my job and some type of income coming in, you know what I mean? But, you know, when I saw like all my friends getting jobs and I'm going on interviews and it's just not working out for me, I'm just like, what is going on? And I think it was just God telling me, like, this is not the place for you. You know, it's not the place for you. Something will come better where you're supposed to be. And I'm very thankful for where I am today. I was able to just enjoy time off, and not really time off because as a tech I was PRN, so I would work like maybe once, twice a week, you know, and at that point I lived with my mom, so I didn't really have to pay like really major bills. So, and I was just able to spend time with my daughter. You know, after 2 years in nursing school, a year and a half, you're not really able to spend that quality time that you really wanted. And I was just thankful that I was able to spend the time with my daughter, spend the summer with her, and we got to go and do things, because I know once I started working, I wouldn't have that much time. I would still, because I mean 3 days a week, but if I worked nights or something, you know, it'd be a little bit more difficult. So I was just grateful, you know, and thankful. And I woke up every morning with gratitude and thankfulness, and here I am today. You know, everything happens for a reason, and I truly believe that, and you shouldn't rush the process. Where God wants you is where God wants you. So if you know, like I said before, I did work as a tech on the critical care floor at my hospital, and the interview that I went on was with my manager that I work with now. After a lot of thinking, I decided that I thought that the ICU was where I wanted to be. I feel like I'm just more of an ICU nurse as opposed to an ED nurse, and I do work on ICU, PCU floor. So, and just thinking about it, that's just where I knew that I was meant to be, in the ICU. I love how you get to really hone in on one or two patients. You really get to go in depth and to their disease process and what's going on with them. You really get to focus on these patients, and you really have continuity of care, which I absolutely love. In the ED, you really don't have continuity of care. It's, they come in and you fix them up, either you get them out or you get them to the floor, you know what I mean? But in the ICU and PCU, you really get to see these patients and you build a relationship with them. And that's what I like, especially being a tech. If I'm on for a couple days, I get to see my patients and I get to know them and I get to love them. And you know, that's what I like. I'm a very organized person. You know, I like my things. And I feel like the ED is more like organized chaos. And I can do pretty fine in organized chaos. I mean, I adapt very well to many different places, but I feel like personally for me, ICU, PCU, mainly ICU is where I wanted to be. So I did go on an interview with my director and my manager, and after a couple months, I have gotten a job on my floor, on the PCU floor, and I'm super excited because I know that at first I didn't think that that's where I wanted to be. There were just reasons that I didn't want to be there, but at the end of the day, it's a learning experience. I know my hospital, I know my nurses, I know what kind of training I'm gonna get, I know how we all work well as a team, I know all my techs, and it's just a good place to be for my first job. I don't have to go and make new friends, and I don't have to, and I go in not knowing how the nurses are. Like, I know all of these things. And to me, I think that's really beneficial, especially when you are a new nurse. I did want to go into the STAR RN program, but it just, I guess, didn't work out for me, and that's fine. We do have a residency program, but it's not like the STAR RN program where you're in a classroom for like 4 or 6 weeks and then you go on the floor. Here at my hospital, it's 12 weeks of training, 4 weeks on days, and then 8 weeks on nights. I was hired for nights on the PCU floor, so we get 4 patients up there, and I will be with a preceptor for 4 weeks on days and then a preceptor for 8 weeks on nights. So I probably won't be by myself until December. And then after that, you know, I have such great nurses there that I'm just so excited to work with them and learn from them. And I know that they're gonna be there to help me no matter what, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm so happy, so grateful, so thankful. By the time you watch this video, I will be starting on Wednesday the 5th, and I'll be working The 5th, and this is on days, so 6:45 a.m. to about 7:30 p.m. So I'll be working the 5th, off the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and then I think off the 10th, 11th, and then I work 12, 13, 14, something like that. But yeah, 4 weeks training on days. So I'm super excited, and I am so ready to start learning and being a nurse, and I'm just so thankful for the time that I had off. But it's time for me to start working. You know, these bills ain't gonna pay themselves. You know what I'm saying? Okay? And these apartments out here ain't cheap either. So I am super excited. And yeah, so now it's just figuring out what I'm gonna do with Ariana, you know, since I do need to be at work at 6:45 in the morning, and I don't live with my mom. My boyfriend works odd hours, so I am super excited, and I'm so ready to start working. If you guys have any questions, you guys let me know down in the comments below. You know, I try to get to all of you if I can. I love reading your comments, and I love seeing, you know, like the same consistent people who always write to me. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys so much. Let me know any other videos that you guys want to see. But yeah, that is basically my life update. So I will see you guys in the next video.